Welcome to the Financially Free Journey podcast, and I am your host, Courtney Dyer. This podcast aims to dispel the seemingly complex topic of personal finances, money management, debt, savings, investing, and even retirement. Now, with the new year rapidly approaching, a topic on the majority of our minds is how can I improve myself in the new year? Now, these resolutions can range into various different areas of our lives, but a topic that affects almost every area of your life is your financial New Year's resolution. The new year is a great time to set some good financial goals, but don't go crazy. Be sure to set some small, realistic goals that will help you work toward your larger goals. Remember, don't just set a big, broad goal for yourself and stop there. Dig into the actionable steps and the activities and the behaviors that you need to achieve in order to get that end goal. And I want to go over today some financial goals that can help you in the new year get started on the right foot to achieving those big dreams. So number one, review your 2019 spending. Now, in order to know where you're heading, what do people say? You need to know where you came from, right? Review your spending for the year and assess your spending in each and every category. Look at your spending and be honest with yourself. Did you overspend? Did you eat out way too often? Did you pay for automatic subscriptions for things like the gym that you didn't use all year long? Identify where your money went so you can come up with actionable steps to redirect that money to work for you in the new year. Step number 2, set a budget for 2020. Now that you've identified where all of the money went and how you would like to change that going forward, it's time to establish a budget, or as I like to call it, a spending plan. Look at each monthly bill and identify how that bill is serving you. Do you have a goal to get physically fit, for example, in the new year? Right now might be a great time to cut that cable bill and get yourself to achieve 2 goals at once. Setting a budget for the first time might be intimidating and it may be a little bit stressful, but do not let that stop you. If you are like the majority of people in the world, you might have a hard time sticking to a budget. So you do need to look at putting some things in place to help you stick to that budget long term. So for example, do you tend to impulsively spend on your Amazon Prime account? De-link your credit card from your Prime account. Do you spend without thinking because you're using a credit card and you've adopted the I'll worry about it later mindset? Cut up the credit card. Do you tend to overspend on debit and credit cards in general? Get rid of plastic altogether in the new year and go to the envelope method. Whatever your bad spending pattern is, identify it and address it. You will never make a change that you desire if you don't take the time to clearly identify what the issue is in the first place. Step number 3, work on eliminating debt. Getting out of debt is a key factor when it comes to taking control of your finances and, of course, your ultimate financial freedom. If you really focus on getting out of debt, not only are you going to set yourself up for a better financial future, but you're also going to eliminate some serious stress from your life. The money that you've been allocating each month to your debt payments is eating away at your future financial freedom, and it's time for you to take control of your own future. This step is sometimes the hardest for individuals to address, and that's because debt typically represents some bad financial decisions we've made in the past. Debt is directly tied to our mental relationship with money, which also has to be addressed. But the first step here is to set up a debt repayment plan that works for you. Even if you can only afford, let's say, an additional $50 a month at first, at least you are taking a step in the right direction, and this is going to ultimately continue to steer your efforts in the future to be able to achieve your goals. This is where step number 1 and number 2 are extremely important to do first. Those steps are going to dictate how well you're able to succeed in step 3. Any excess money that you have left over after you establish your new budget must go to repaying your debt quickly. Put all of your resources towards this goal and you would be surprised at how quickly you can achieve it. Let's just put it this way. Have you ever caught yourself multitasking and then you realize that you didn't do either of the activities very well? You did a mediocre at best. It's the same thing. Not putting all of your resources towards your debt repayment is like financial multitasking. You end up not achieving either of your goals, and you ended up achieving a mediocre result at best. If you go back to previous episodes in this season, you can review the specific details in regards to some of the most popular debt repayment strategies to help you determine which one is going to work best for you. My personal favorite, and probably the most popular method out there, is the debt snowball strategy. So set a specific dollar amount that you want to have repaid by the end of the new year. Just with any goal, the more specific you are, the more likely you are to actually achieve the goal. Okay, step number 4, save money for your future. Trust me, future you will thank you. Another key factor to your financial success is, of course, saving money. This is nothing new. But not only do you need to save for your retirement, but you need to establish a safety net for emergency funds. This may seem like a daunting task at first, but trust me, future you will thank you for making this a top priority. Many financial experts say that you should be saving around a minimum of 10% of your income each month in order to retire by the time you're 65 years old. But if 10% seems to be too high right now, that's okay. Set a goal for yourself that is realistic. Saving a little bit of money is way better than not saving at all. And remember, if you have established your financial goals and why you want to achieve them, you have a mantra, so to say. Sacrificing a few dinners out each month or cable doesn't seem like that big of a deal when you end up putting it into perspective. If you are having a hard time saving currently, go back to step number 1 and step number 2 and look at the items you eliminated from your monthly spending. Now, take that amount and put it towards your saving strategy. And this is granted you have eliminated debt already. There are several apps out there that will help you automate your savings and make it so seamless that you hardly notice it's happening. One app that I've used and love is Albert. Albert connects to your checking account directly and then analyzes your spending pattern, and it identifies safe small amounts to transfer throughout the month in order to help you achieve whatever savings goal you predetermined. So it's a great app. Check that app out. You can set up multiple saving goals and it will help you save for each and every one of those goals by the predetermined date that you established. It's pretty cool. Okay, step number 5, start investing. Investing allows you to grow your money at a much quicker rate. So many people invest money successfully on their own, but if you are just starting out or you're new to investing in general, you may want to consider finding a financial planner or advisor to help you achieve your goals. A good financial expert is going to ask you tons of questions about your financial, situation, your income, your bills. They're going to ask you about your financial goals, life goals, and then they're going to give you suggestions based off of that, in addition to your risk tolerance towards the stock market. In addition to starting an investment account, you definitely need to consider investing in a retirement account. That could be a 401k, a 403b, or even a self-directed IRA. Whichever investment vehicle you have available to you through your employer, start saving for your future and investing that money, and it will compound rapidly, and you'll see those balances grow, and you'll be so excited to see the progress you're making for your financial future. And again, if you're leery of investing, make sure that you talk to a financial expert. It's always great to get an expert's advice before taking a step into the investing world. Again, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Make sure that you're following us on Instagram. It's @financiallyfreejourney, and then also Twitter @financiallyj. And I put up daily tips and motivation to help you on your path to achieve your financial freedom. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.